were small and the world was loud, and I was louder. I tried to soften myself, but I didn't always make it. You thought my warnings were punishments, my fear was control. My exhaustion was disinterest, my boundaries were cold. You thought I was the wall and I was the only thing keeping the roof from falling. You didn't know the bills I cried over, the nights I didn't sleep, the dreams I killed quietly so yours could live loudly. You didn't know the fear that lived in my chest every time you walked out the door, the way I rehearsed your future, hoping I hadn't already ruined it. You didn't know any of that, you just knew I told you no, and you hated me for it. But that's childhood. You think your parent is the villain because you can't see the fire behind them. Years turned the page, life grabbed you by the collar, and suddenly you felt the weight I carried without applause. Stress carved the same lines in your face. You snapped at someone you loved and heard my voice come out of your mouth. You apologized the way I used to, too late, too tired, with sincerity that hurt more than the mistake. You started to see me clearly, not as a giant, but as a human with shaking hands, trying not to drop everything at once. You saw the fatigue behind my firmness, the worry beneath my warnings, the love buried under the instinct to protect. You saw the parent through the eyes of the adult you became. I wasn't perfect, I missed the mark more times than I can count. I yelled when I should've listened, I lectured when I should've hugged. I wanted to be calm, but I was scared. I wanted to give you the world, but sometimes the world was too heavy for me too. Now you carry your own burdens, now you understand how thin patience can stretch, how responsibility bruises the soul, how love can ache like a pulled muscle. Now you know why I broke sometimes, why I pushed hard, why I protected even when you didn't want protecting. And you look back differently. You see a person where a parent used to stand, a person who tried, failed, tried again, and loved you in the only language they had. Maybe you forgive me, maybe you don't. Maybe forgiveness is slower than either of us hoped. But if you look closely at our story, you'll see what I always meant. You were the one thing I fought for when I had nothing left in me. And if you ever wonder what love looks like when it's scared, flawed, human, and still standing, look at the years I stayed even when I broke. Look at the nights I held the line while you learned how to grow. Look at how I failed and kept loving you anyway. And now when you finally see me, you understand that I wasn't the wall, I was the shelter, and you were the storm I survived. Because I loved you more than I loved the version of myself I lost raising you. Maybe one day, if life hands you a child, you'll whisper the same truth I didn't know.